Under the bright glare of the arena lights, legends are made, and sometimes they fall flat on their faces. Dreams are born, records are shattered, but now and then, the unexpected hits. And when it does, it leaves behind moments players wish the world would forget. Eldridge Rekesner flinched midair while guarding Michael Jordan. Steph Curry lost his footing and airballed in front of millions. Even MJ, yes, the Michael Jordan, fumbled the ball twice with the game on the line.
The lay-in from Jordan. Can you believe?
Then there's Paul Pierce's infamous wheelchair incident. Shaq sprinting off live TV mid-broadcast. Ron Artest pantsing Pierce in the middle of a game. And Ricky Davis? He tried padding his stats by shooting at his basket. Today, we're diving into the most shocking blunders in basketball history, both on the hardwood and off. Some are funny, some are painful, and all of them are unforgettable. Before we jump in, make sure you're subscribed. It only takes a second and helps more than you know. Eldridge Rekesner had a solid career, even starting at point guard for the Rockets. But let's be honest, most fans wouldn't remember his name if not for what happened against Michael Jordan in the '97 playoffs. Rekesner was on the Hawks, taking on the defending champs. Game 4 was make or break, and the Bulls came out swinging. They were in control, cruising and laughing on the court. But early in the fourth, the Hawks showed life. Rekesner hit back-to-back threes and started to heat up.
Rekesner hits a three. Smith won.
Then came the moment. He picked up a loose ball and had a clear lane. Just one problem. MJ was chasing. As Rekesner went up, Jordan pulled a mind trick. He faked the contest. Rekesner flinched midair, completely botched the dunk, and the ball sailed past the rim. Later, while guarding MJ, Rekesner got faked so bad he flipped over Jordan's back. Michael Jordan built his legacy on clutch moments. The shot, the jazz dagger, you name it.
Yeah, he got it! He got it! He got it! Here comes Indiana. Vern Fleming, 2 seconds.
But even MJ had his slip-ups. In 1995, fresh off his baseball stint, Jordan had just 17 games under his belt before hitting the playoffs. The Bulls ran into a rising Orlando Magic squad. Game 1, final seconds, ball in Jordan's hands. This was the moment he always delivered, except he didn't. He straight up lost the ball. Stunned silence. But he got another shot right before the buzzer, a chance to redeem himself. And then, he blew it again. 2 rare clutch mistakes back-to-back. For Jordan, that was unheard of. Fans were shocked. MJ looked human. But what made it iconic was how he responded. That moment fueled him. He came back stronger, led the Bulls to another three-peat, and swept the Magic the following year. It's proof, even the GOAT has off nights. But it's what he did after that sealed his legend. Steph Curry is the greatest shooter we've ever seen. 4 titles, MVPs, record-breaking threes. But dunking? Yeah, not his thing. In a 2019 game against the Lakers, Curry got out on the break with no defenders in sight. He could have just laid it in, easy points, but Steph decided to show off and go for the dunk. That's when things went sideways, literally. He slipped midair, hit the floor, and the ball went nowhere near the rim. Instant blooper. The arena gasped, but Curry had a chance to save face right after. Wide open for 3. That's automatic, right? Not this time. He airballed it. Yep, 2 back-to-back blunders in seconds, from a slip to a total miss. It was uncharacteristic for Curry, and fans couldn't believe it. Still, it didn't hurt his legacy. He's still Steph. But on that night, the greatest shooter alive had one of the most cringeworthy sequences in NBA history. Shaquille O'Neal is one of the most dominant players the game's ever seen. But even legends aren't immune to live TV slip-ups. These days, Shaq's a fan favorite on Inside the NBA, joining Ernie Johnson, Kenny Smith, and Charles Barkley in what's basketball's funniest talk show. Now, the crew's always cracking jokes, but during one playoff broadcast, Shaq accidentally became the joke. While Kenny was breaking down a matchup, things seemed normal until Shaq suddenly shot up and sprinted off the set. No explanation, no warning, just gone. Immediately, the jokes started flying. Barkley and Kenny couldn't hold it together, pinning the blame on Shaq's new olive oil-heavy diet.
He's been drinking the olive oil. You know what?
Olive oil to clean his gut. It's cleaning his gut.
I did not.
The rest of the night, they kept clowning him, arguing whether it was a number 1 or a number 2 emergency. Shaq, as always, took it like a champ. But that unexpected dash, it's now cemented as one of the most hilarious and most embarrassing moments in live NBA TV history. Paul Pierce earned his respect as a champion, but let's rewind to a moment that still has fans scratching their heads. Before the glory, Pierce survived a brutal nightclub attack in 2000, stabbed 11 times.
In September of 2000, Paul Pierce had his life saved by Boston Celtics teammate Tony Battie and Battie's brother when the siblings rushed the small forward to the hospital after he was stabbed 11 times.
and still played all 82 games the next season. That toughness? Never in doubt. But in Game 1 of the 2008 Finals, something didn't add up. While guarding Kobe, Pierce went down after bumping into Kendrick Perkins. He grabbed his knee in pain, and suddenly the Celtics brought out a wheelchair. Everyone feared the worst. Then, just minutes later, Pierce jogged back onto the court like nothing happened. The crowd went wild, but the internet went suspicious. The official report said knee sprain, but theories quickly popped up. Was it a bathroom emergency? For years, Pierce denied it. Then, in 2019, during the finals, he casually dropped the truth, or joke, saying, "I just needed to use the bathroom."
I just had to go to a bathroom. Another one or
I
had to go to the bathroom.
But why did you?
Was it real? Was it trolling? Either way, it's one of the most talked about moments in finals history. Before he was Meta Sandiford Artest, Ron Artest was locking up the league's best scorers and had just won Defensive Player of the Year in 2004. But with that defensive intensity came some very strange decisions, like what happened during a 2005 game against Paul Pierce. In an awkward attempt to throw Pierce off, Artest straight up yanked down his shorts mid-play. Seriously, while Pierce was trying to create space, Artest reached in and pulled them down. Wild. But instead of getting rattled, Pierce didn't flinch. He calmly pulled his shorts back up, got the ball, and drained a cold-blooded 3 right in Artest's face. And just when you think it couldn't get any weirder, Artest sang an apology the next year. Yes, he stood in front of Pierce before a game and delivered an off-key musical apology. Artest had many infamous moments in his career, but trying to pants Paul Pierce and following it up with a tone-deaf serenade? That's a top-tier NBA embarrassment. Latrell Sprewell had the talent to be great, but his career got derailed in the worst way. Back in 1997, while with the Warriors, he choked head coach PJ Carlesimo during practice, then came back 20 minutes later and attacked him again. It was so wild that David Stern hit him with an 82-game suspension, one of the longest in NBA history. Sprewell lost $6.4 million and his spot on the team. Years later, in 2004, he was ballin' in Minnesota with KG and Sam Cassell. He was offered a 3-year, $21 million deal, but instead of locking it in, Sprewell turned it down, saying, "I have a family to feed." Fans couldn't believe it. He made $14.6 million that year, and said that wasn't enough. His play dipped, he got cut, and never played another NBA game. Eventually, he was broke, and reports claimed he even started a GoFundMe, all because he passed on millions chasing more. Before LeBron, Cleveland had Ricky Davis. He was the guy, flashy, confident, and always hunting stats. But in 2003, he went too far trying to get his first triple-double. Davis had 26 points, 12 assists, and 9 rebounds. Up 24 with 6 seconds left, the game was over. But instead of dribbling it out, Davis shot at his hoop just to grab that 10th rebound. It didn't count. And to make things worse, Deshaun Stevenson fouled him hard right after. The league clowned him and fans were stunned. Why would anyone do that? Years later, Davis owned it. He said, "I did some bad things, but the only thing I regret is my triple-double." Basketball delivers greatness, but also plenty of awkward, hilarious, and downright cringeworthy moments. From missed dunks to live TV slip-ups, even legends like Jordan, Curry, and Shaq have had their share of embarrassment. These moments remind us that behind the highlights are real people, flawed, emotional, and sometimes just unlucky. That's part of what makes the game beautiful. Whether it's Rick Hasner's blown dunk or Ricky Davis's stat padding gone wrong, these aren't stains on legacies. They're part of what makes basketball unforgettable. If you enjoyed this, look at the NBA's most awkward moments. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what's next. Got a favorite cringe moment we missed, or think someone here deserves redemption? Drop a comment below. We read them all. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.